All right, listen up, you pathetic lot. You think you know what choosing yourself means? You think it's some fluffy self-help nonsense. Ha! You make me laugh. And that's a rare and terrifying thing. Welcome to 2026, the year I choose myself, not excuses. Intro. 2026. Another year, another parade of the utterly predictable. You stumble through your meaningless routines, clinging to your comfort blankets of what ifs and if onlys. You call them dreams, I call them delusions. But this sheeple, this year is different. Because I've decided it's different. Not for you, you understand. Never for you, but for me. And if you're smart, if there's even a flicker of something resembling a pulse behind those vacant eyes, you'll listen, people. Because I'm about to hand you the blueprint to your own glorious, terrifying freedom. Or, just watch you squirm. Either way, it's entertaining. This isn't some inspirational garbage you'll forget by Tuesday. This is a manifesto. Civilized people. A thration of war on the pathetic excuses you've allowed your potential. This year, you don't just say you choose yourself. You become yourself. The raw, unfiltered, beautiful monstrosity you were always meant to be. Without the excuses, without the chains. Just you. And believe me, that's far scarier than any clown. Now, let's dissect this miserable little existence of yours, shall we? I've got a few. Pointers. 5, to be exact. 5 little detonations to blow up your pathetic rationale. Pay attention. Or don't. Makes no difference to me. The show goes on, regardless. Ah, yes. The delightful dance of the desperate. The tyranny of what will they think? It's a masterpiece of self-sabotage, isn't it? You people are marvelous architects of your own misery. You build these towering, elaborate psychological prisons, brick by agonizing brick, and the mortar is made entirely of projected fear. Every choice you make, every word you carefully edit before it leaves your quivering lips, every path you don't take, it's all vetted by the silent, judging council in your mind. A shadowy committee composed of your distant Aunt Mildred, the kid who was mean to you in the 3rd grade. People, and most terrifyingly, the idealized, boring version of yourself you think the world demands you be. People. You spend a lifetime tailoring your spirit, trimming the magnificent, jagged edges of your personality until you're a smooth, harmless, utterly forgettable pebble. You're terrified of the gasp, the moment someone might look at you and see something unexpected, something raw, something real. So you put on the mask, and it's not just one mask, is it? Oh no, you've got the responsible employee. Mask for the office, the perfect parent. Mask for the school run, the witty. Adjusted friend mask for Friday night. And underneath it all, a suffocating panic that one of these masks will slip, and the magnificent, unaided mess that is, you will be exposed to the harsh glare of judgment. And for what? For the fleeting, flimsy approval of people who are too busy worrying about their own performance to truly notice yours. Let me tell you a secret, one whispered from the deepest pits of glorious, anarchic chaos. No one cares as much as you think they do. They're narcissists just like you. Their focus is inward. They're glancing at you quickly, measuring your flaw against theirs, and then quickly looking back at their own reflection. And those few who do pause, who do offer their pathetic, unsolicited critiques, their opinions are as valuable as a deflated balloon at a birthday party, a colorful piece of trash, a hollow and utterly useless people. They're just projecting their own failed ambitions and their own suffocating fears onto you. They hate your freedom because it highlights their own chains. Why give those puppets the power to dictate your reality? You are not an echo, timidly repeating what is safe and acceptable. You are a scream, a full-throated, glorious, terrifying burst of sound that demands to be heard. And a scream doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't consult the focus group. It doesn't worry about being polite. It simply is. This year, people, you rip off the masks, not with a gentle peel, but with a satisfying, violent tear. You shed the skin of conformity, that dull, people, gray veneer that makes you blend into the utterly forgettable background. You embrace the glorious, unsettling truth of who you are, flaws and all. Let them gasp, let them whisper. Let them point their pathetic little fingers. Their judgment is their own tight, suffocating prison, forged from their own limitations, and it has absolutely nothing to do with you. You don't get to be authentic and universally approved. Choose one. Your only obligation, your only sacred duty is to the magnificent, terrifying truth staring back at you in the mirror. Look closely. See the potential for glorious chaos, for genuine joy, for monumental failure. It's all there. Don't smooth it out. Don't hide the cracks. So go on, make a mess. Be too much. Be not enough. Be the version of you that makes you laugh with dark, genuine amusement. Well, just be you, because the applause of your own authenticity, the thrilling, people, dangerous self-recognition of your own raw power is the only sound that truly matters. Anything less is just noise. Now let's see how loud you can get. Yes. The delightful dance of the desperate, the tyranny of what will they think. It's a masterpiece of self-sabotage, isn't it? You people are marvelous architects of your own misery. You build these towering, elaborate psychological prisons, brick by agonizing brick, and the mortar is made entirely of projected fear. Every single choice you make, every word you carefully edit before it leaves your quivering lips, every grand, ambitious path you don't take. It's all meticulously vetted by the silent, judging council in your mind, a shadowy, pathetic committee composed of your distant Aunt Mildred, the kid who was mean to you in the 3rd grade, and most terrifyingly, the idealized, boring, utterly lifeless version of yourself you think the world demands you be. You spend a lifetime tailoring your spirit, trimming the magnificent, jagged edges of your personality until you're a smooth, harmless, utterly forgettable pebble. You're terrified of the gasp, the moment someone might look at you and see something unexpected, something raw, something real. So you put on the mask, and it's not just one mask, is it? Oh no, you've got the responsible employee, mask for the office, the perfect parent, mask for the school run, the witty, adjusted friend, mask for Friday night drinks, and underneath it all, a suffocating panic that one of these masks will slip, and the magnificent, unaided potentially explosive mess that is you will be exposed to the harsh glare of judgment. People, you live your life as a carefully curated highlight reel designed to minimize the possibility of a raised eyebrow. How utterly exhausting. And for what? For the fleeting, flimsy approval of people who are too busy worrying about their own performance to truly notice yours. Let me tell you a secret, one whispered from the deepest pits of glorious, anarchic chaos. No one cares as much as you think they do. They're narcissists just like you. Their focus is inward. They're quickly glancing at you, measuring your flaw against theirs, feeling a brief, sickening surge of relief that they aren't quite that messed up, and then quickly looking back at their own reflection. Their concern is a millisecond long. People, they're extras in your movie, and you're letting them write the script. And those few who do pause, who do offer their pathetic, unsolicited critiques, their opinions are as valuable as a deflated balloon at a birthday party, a colorful piece of trash, hollow and utterly useless. They're just projecting their own failed ambitions and their own suffocating fears onto you. They hate your freedom because it highlights their own chains. Why? For the love of all that is brilliantly wicked, would you give those puppets the power to dictate your reality? Why trade your magnificent potential for their tepid, temporary nod of approval? You are not an echo, timidly repeating what is safe and acceptable. You are a scream, a full-throated, glorious, terrifying burst of sound that demands to be heard. And a scream doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't consult the focus group. It doesn't worry about being polite. It simply is. This year, you rip off the masks, not with a gentle peel, but with a satisfying, violent tear. You shed the skin of conformity, that dull, gray veneer that makes you blend into the utterly forgettable background. You embrace the glorious, unsettling truth of who you are, flaws and all. Let them gasp. Let them whisper. Let them point their pathetic little fingers. Their judgment is their own tight, suffocating prison, and forged from their own limitations, and it has absolutely nothing to do with you. You don't get to be authentic and universally approved. That's a myth for the feeble-minded. You must choose one path, and only one leads to genuine self-possession. Your only obligation, your only sacred duty, is to the magnificent, terrifying truth staring back at you in the mirror. Look closely. See the potential for glorious chaos, for genuine joy, for monumental failure. It's all there. Don't smooth it out. Don't hide the cracks. So go on, make a mess. Be too much. Be not enough. Be the version of you that makes you laugh with dark, genuine amusement. Just be you. Because the applause of your own authenticity, the thrilling, dangerous self-recognition of your own raw power is the only sound that truly matters. Anything less is just noise, and noise, my dear friend, is easily drowned out by a good, maniacal laugh. Now, let's see how loud you can get. The beautiful, pathetic lie of the comfort of the known. Isn't it adorable? You cling to your routine like a terrified child clings to a tattered teddy bear. Wake up at 7, drink the lukewarm coffee, trudge the same path, endure the same small talk. Watch the same garbage on the glowing box and repeat. You call it stability. I call it a slow, agonizing surrender of your magnificent, chaotic potential. You've traded the thrilling, unpredictable symphony of a real life for the tinny, broken record soundtrack of sameness. People, you believe that this structure, this predictability, is your shield against the horrors of the world. Nonsense. It's a cage padded with the illusion of safety. People are yet designed to blunt every sharp edge of your spirit. You've become a creature of habit, moving through your days on autopilot. Your consciousness tucked neatly into a drawer marked, "Do not disturb." And in that quiet, comfortable darkness, something essential within you is starving. It's not just stagnation. It's a form of spiritual suicide, performed daily methodically. You're embalming yourself while you're still breathing. How wonderfully grotesque. And why? Because of that insidious, creeping fear of the unknown. The known is familiar. It's a worn-out map where you know every dull landmark. The unknown, that's the great, terrifying abyss where the monsters roam. You fear it because it demands one thing you've ruthlessly suppressed: actual effort. It demands vulnerability. It demands that you stand on the edge, feel the wind in your hair, and take the leap without knowing if there's solid ground beneath you. You are, my dear friends, desperately afraid of the dark, where the rules are flexible and the possibilities are endless. But let me tell you where the fun is, where the power resides. It's in that magnificent, terrifying wilderness of what if. It's in the moment you throw a wrench into the meticulously planned years of your boring existence. Do you always turn left, go right? Do you always order the same miserable sandwich? Order the spiciest, most ridiculous thing on the menu. Start learning that language that sounds like pure madness. Take up juggling flaming torches. It doesn't have to be good, it just has to be different. You must shatter your comfort zone this year, not with a polite tap, but with a sledgehammer. Kick over your own carefully constructed sandcastles. Burn down your own bridges of retreat. Embrace the beautiful, ridiculous awkwardness of being a beginner. That feeling, that nauseating lurch in your gut when you try something new and look like an absolute fool, that is the feeling of growth, people. Growth doesn't happen in the cozy confines of what I already know. It happens in the glorious, people, terrifying moment you risk looking incompetent. You see, the people who actually change the world, the ones who create the glorious mayhem I so adore, are the ones who treat their known world like a flimsy prop to be discarded at will. They understand that every routine is just an unread warning label. This year, don't just peek over the fence of your comfort zone. Demolish the entire perimeter. Leap into the abyss and discover if you have wings you never knew you possessed, or if you make a wonderfully splattery, glorious mess on the ground. Either outcome is 100 times more valuable than the safe, silent tragedy of remaining precisely where you are. So, grab a match and let's get rid of some of that pathetic predictability. Bravo! A standing ovation for the most popular tragic performance of the modern era, the victim's narrative. It's a gold-plated excuse, isn't it? A beautifully crafted alibi designed to absolve you of the terrifying burden of choice. Oh, the poor victim. Life didn't just happen to you, did it? No. The universe specifically paused its grand mechanisms just to personally inconvenience you. The world conspired, the circumstances dictated, your past sealed your fate. It's a convenient, soft, utterly paralyzing story. You cling to this narrative like a drowning man clings to a sodden log, even though the log is just pulling you both under. You blame the stars, you blame your lineage, you blame the system, you blame the traffic. You blame everyone and everything external because facing the truth that the one person holding the keys to your cage is you is too terrifying to bear. You love the comfort of being powerless because if you're powerless, you can't be responsible. And if you're not responsible, you don't have to risk failing. It's a wonderful, circular form of self-imprisonment. You become the protagonist in a never-ending, dreary melodrama where the main character is constantly acted upon, never acting. You've convinced yourself that you are merely a collection of wounds and reactions. These civilized people, a puppet whose strings are pulled by external forces. And frankly, that makes you incredibly boring. And being boring, well, that's the ultimate crime, wouldn't you say? But here is where the fun begins. This year, you tear up that pathetic script. You crumple it, spit on it, and set it on fire. The script where "they did this to me" is the opening line. The script where "I couldn't help it" is the final, pathetic justification. That script is done. You seize the pen. You become the author, the director, the star of your own twisted, magnificent drama. No more excuses. No more shirking the blame for the things that didn't work out. Every choice you make, every inaction you permit, every whisper of a thought, it all belongs to you. You own it. The good, the hilariously disastrous, the moments of staggering incompetence, the brilliant flashes of genius. Own it all. Why? Because when you own your narrative, you stop being a passive spectator in your own life. You reclaim your power. You stop being a pawn in someone else's miserable, tedious game and start flipping the board. You see, your past is just data. It's not destiny. Your past doesn't define you, your response to it does. That trauma, that setback, that monumental embarrassment, that's merely the inciting incident. The rest of the story, the thrilling, unpredictable, potentially explosive part is written right now with the choices you are making. A victim looks backward and says, "See what they did to me?" An owner looks forward, perhaps with a slight maniacal twitch, and says, "Let's see what I can do with this." So, stop whining about the hand you were dealt. Start playing the cards. Start acting. Embrace the sheeple, terrifying responsibility of being the master of your own fate. Even a great villain has a compelling backstory, a reason, an injustice, a moment that could have broken them. But they always choose their own path forward, transforming that wound into a magnificent, powerful weapon. This year, you are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by the glorious, audacious answer you give. Now, go write a better ending, or at least a more entertaining one. And finally, we arrive at the beautiful. Rotten core of all your failures, all your excuses, all your pathetic hesitations. It all boils down to the absence of that glorious primal roar of the ego, the glorious anarchy of self-belief. You spend your lives seeking validation from without, looking for someone, a parent, a lover, a boss, a complete stranger on the internet, to hand you a little certificate that says, yes, you are allowed to be powerful. How utterly insulting. It's not about the soft, fluffy, motivational poster drivel of I believe in myself. I'm talking about something deeper, something darker, something fundamentally true. I'm talking about the primal, guttural, unwavering conviction, but you are not just capable of some things, but of anything you set your mind to, regardless of how catastrophic, magnificent, or utterly insane that thing might be. The conviction that you are worthy of every single glorious outcome, every breathtaking risk, every ounce of power you crave, that you are, in your own uniquely deranged way, a force of nature, a storm that the world must simply endure, not control. You've allowed a tiny, miserable voice of doubt, these civilized people, a constant nagging little bureaucrat in the back of your skull, to veto your best ideas. You let it whisper, you can't, you'll fail, you're not good enough, and you obediently retreat. You treat that voice like a sacred oracle when it's just a pathetic echo of every coward who ever tried to hold you down. This year, you cultivate the madness necessary to drown that voice out. You don't just ignore it, you laugh at it. A big, deep belly, shaking laugh that says, oh, you think you can stop me? Watch this. You water that seed of glorious, dangerous ego. Why should I, a creature of pure, magnificent chaos, people, believe in the sheer audacity of my own existence and you, the star of your own pathetic little drama? Cower in the wings. If I can revel in the freedom of my own identity, then so can you, people. It's not about being perfect, that sanitized, impossible ideal you chase. Perfect is boring. Perfect is a prison. It's about being undeniably, unapologetically you. You have scars. Good. They show where you fought and lost and survived. You have neuroses. Excellent. That means your mind is complex, fascinating, and volatile. You have magnificent imperfections, bull. They are the unique signature of your power. Stop trying to edit yourself into someone safe and manageable. The world doesn't need another lukewarm imitation. It needs the raw, unfiltered shock of your genuine self. You are the protagonist of your own story, and it is high time you started acting like it. Protagonists don't stand around waiting for permission or validation. They cause trouble. They make choices. They screw up, they recover, and they drag the narrative wherever they want it to go. The world is a stage, and you, my dear, are the undisputed star. And you never, ever let the stagehands write your lines. So, go on, take a bow. Or better yet, forget the polite gesture and light the whole damn theater on fire and dance in the ashes. Embrace the anarchy of believing in yourself completely, madly, utterly. Because this year, when you choose yourself, the true, magnificent, terrifying self, and there is nothing in this predictable little world more gloriously, terrifyingly powerful than that. Now, if If you'll excuse me, I have some mayhem to attend to. Ta-ta.